So there are two things you can do to get the best controller settings for Xbox or PlayStation in Rogue Company. So first, let's talk display settings. So the way I have it set up, I play on PC and I like to have it on full screen mode. The resolution 1920 by 1080, VSync I have off, brightness at 50, and the safe frame is 100%. Now, colorblind correction I have at Tritanope, and basically what that does, that gives your game a little bit extra brightness, and it does look a lot better in my opinion. Now, all the other textures I have at medium if I'm trying to play serious, but when I'm recording for you guys, I have on ultra, so the game looks a little bit better, even though it hurts my PC a bit. Now, audio really is a personal preference. I play with my master volume on 68%. There's no real reason. It's just what I have it as. Now, whilst the music in Rogue Company is absolutely sick, I have it at 5%. Now, I leave all the other sliders up for you, so if you want to copy, you can. But the main setting in audio, in my opinion, is having the 3D headphones on. As for me, I could just hear the direction of footsteps that little bit better. Now, controls, and starting off with movement, I have hold to crouch off and hold to sprint off. But auto sprint I have on. So as soon as I start moving my joystick, my character is at full speed. Now, mouse will skip over as it's very rare I ever play mouse. But this controller bit is really where the first part of the magic happens. And the second part I will show you just after this bit. So horizontal and vertical controller sensitivity, I have both at 6.5. And horizontal and vertical ADS sensitivity, I have at 67. So this is the sensitivity you have when you're scoped in with your weapons. And for me, this feels just a little bit mwah. Now, this bit is the most important bit if you want to be competitive against a keyboard and mouse player. And this really will depend on how old your controller is. And hear me out. So the left stick dead zone for me is 0.07. And what that basically means is how much I have to move my joystick left or right before it picks up that response. And the right stick dead zone, which is the stick you aim with, I've got at 0.02, which basically means as soon as I move my right stick just a tiny bit, it will pick up that input. Now, how do you know when this setting is right for you? Well, if you start off with the left stick dead zone, your character will start automatically running slightly by itself. That means that your setting is too low. You'll need to go just to the point where it's not automatically running, and that's how you know that you've got the maximum out of your controller. Likewise with the right stick, if you notice that it's just slightly moving right or just slightly moving left, then you'll know that you need to put it up a little bit, as you don't want to be controlling against your dead zone, if that makes sense. And if you don't think it made sense, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to explain. But moving on, acceleration boost and acceleration boost multiplier I have at 65% and 1.65. And what that basically does, your normal standard turn rate, it multiplies it. So you can turn around a lot quicker. In fact, this works out that I turn 65% quicker. So the higher, the quicker you'll turn from standard. Now, I'm going to skip over a few of the other things because I don't really snipe that often, but I do have 6650 on horizontal and vertical. Invert axis, as I've said on some of my other videos, I have this off, but I always am intrigued to know if anyone does play inverted. Vibration, I absolutely have off. I can't be dealing with shooting and my hands feeling numb. Now, bindings, I have tweaked a little bit, and it's mainly thanks to this very controller. So this is an aim controller, and you can customize your own personal controller however you want. Not only does this give me some of the lowest dead zone tight control that I'm looking for, you can personalize this in any way you like. And there are so many different designs that you can do. But the best thing about this controller is the trigger stops. They're literally like mouse clicks. And also, you can bind different buttons to the paddles on the back, which makes you super competitive against those mouse and keyboard players. And best of all, you can use code bradUK at checkout to get some really cool discounts. And as you can see here, I saved myself 45 euros using my own code. So improve your game with an aim controller. And if you do happen to pick one of these legendary controllers up, that supports me as a creator and tweet your designs over to me at _bradUK and I'll rate them out of 10. And thank you for anyone that does happen to support me. Now, the last few things, I get asked this a few times in my videos. People was like, how do you get your damage numbers stack up? And that is basically this setting here, a cumulative display. This will add up all your numbers rather than the individual damage of each shot. Now, the last bit is the crosshair customization. I actually have the crosshair color as white, as I think it stands out the most on the maps in my opinion. But of course, personal preference, you have quite a few different colors to choose from. And my crosshair height is 5 and my width is 2. Now, this is what my crosshair looks like in game and it works really well for me. And now you should be able to play like bradUK. Now, these settings really do work well for me and I hope they work well for you too. But if you want to know what are the best characters to use in Rogue Company, then check this video out here.